English Literature Pathshala. Today I will discuss a topic which is a part of history of English literature. Now, for the convenience of the students and also to facilitate the problems of the students, I have taken the various branches of literature. Few lectures related to literary theory have already been uploaded. Then, some students requested me for the critical terms. So recently I have uploaded my video lectures on dissociation of sensibility, objective correlative, unification of sensibility, and many more. Now, I started my lectures with history of English literature also. So in one lecture I explained the periods of English literature, and then in other lectures I discussed Anglo-Saxon period, Anglo-Norman period, and then historical events of the age of Chaucer and also the contemporaries of Chaucer. Now in this video lecture I'll discuss about the literary periods of Chaucer, how many works he has written and what are the periods called. Now I'll also give you some other lectures on Chaucer. I'll give one lecture on specifically on Canterbury Tales, and I will also give one lecture on the characters of the prologue. So in this lecture I'll discuss about the three periods of Chaucer's literary career. Now you know about Geoffrey Chaucer. The lifespan is actually generally, which is written is 1340 to 1400. One of the important poets. Now it is customary to designate Chaucer as the father of English poetry. Chaucer is called the father of English poetry. He is also called the grandfather of English novel. Now Matthew Arnold, though sometimes he criticized Chaucer at one place, he said that Chaucer lacks high seriousness. But Matthew Arnold says that with him is born our poetry. This is actually the line by Matthew Arnold related to Chaucer. With him is born our real poetry. Similarly, G.K. Chesterton also said at one place, if Chaucer is the father of English poetry, he is really the grandfather of English novel. So what are the important points in prologue which are related to the novel that I'll tell you later. But Chaucer played a very important role in the field of English literature. Now he has been acclaimed as the first narrative realist, and the first humorist, and the first narrative artist, and the first character painter, and the first great metrical artist in English literature. Now, you see, when you read Chaucer's prologue, they will find out how realistically Chaucer has depicted the 14th century society. So I'll come to that point later, but before that, I'll come to three periods of Chaucer. Chaucer's literary career can be divided into three classes or into three periods. First period is French period, second period is Italian period, and third period is English period. So the works of Chaucer are roughly divided into three classes corresponding to the three periods of his life. I've just told you that the first period is called Italian period, and the best known work of this period is the Romance of the Rose, or the Romance of the Rose. Now this work is the translation from the French Roman de la Rose. You find out the related questions in your competitive examinations also. Now this Roman de la Rose was a very popular poem of the Middle Ages. This Romance of the Rose is the tiresome allegory of the whole course of love. Now the second important work which you find of the Italian period is the Book of the Duchess. So you remember, number one is Romance of the Rose, number two is Book of the Duchess. Now this book was written actually after the death of Blanche, just remember that B-L-A-N-C-H-E, Blanche, wife of Chaucer's patron, John of Gaunt. Now these are actually some facts which you will remember for your examinations. Now, so we have two important books. Number one is Romance of the Rose, number two is Book of the Duchess. Now, when we come to second period, which is called Italian period, the most important work of this Italian period is Troilus and Cresside. Now, this poem was written in about 8,000 lines, and the original story was a favorite of many authors of the Middle Ages. And you find out that Shakespeare also drew inspiration for his work Troilus and Cressida. So you also find out some questions related to that how many writers have written their works on the theme of Troilus and Cressida. So Shakespeare, drew the inspiration from Chaucer's work. Now, immediate source of this work is Boccaccio's Il Filostretto. So the source of this poem is Boccaccio's Il Filostretto. So you also remember this name. Now there is another poem which was written, that was the House of Fame, but it was an unfinished poem, not so important, which was written during this period. Now another third important poem which was written during this period was The Legend of Good Women. So there are three poems. Number one, Troilus and Cresside. Number two is House of Fame, which was unfinished. And number three is Legend of Good Women. So these are the poems which are the part of Chaucer's Italian period. Now coming to third period, which is called English period, the best period of his life, and the most important work is Canterbury Tales. You have actually prologue to the Canterbury Tales in your course at PG level. Most of you have studied, this Canterbury Tales. So my special lecture will be on the Canterbury Tales in the upcoming video. Now, this in this English period, as I have just told you, Canterbury Tales is the work which was written. Now, the plan of Chaucer while writing Canterbury Tales was to give the realistic picture of the 14th century society, and that is why he has taken the characters from the different strata of the society. Whenever you talk about the newspapers of English literature, so we always say that Chaucer, Alexander Pope and Tennyson, they are the newspapers of the age, because they have depicted the society of their time. So Canterbury Tales is actually, this no doubt, as the word tales denotes that Canterbury Tales is about the tales which are related to Canterbury. But the basic purpose of Chaucer was to select the characters for the different parts of the society in order to give the realistic portrayal of the 14th century society, and that is why related to prologue, Dryden says, "Here is God's plenty." That is, all types of characters are present here. Now this great work could never be finished by Chaucer. He had a great plan in his mind. He could not complete it, but he gave us a picture of the contemporary English life. So my upcoming video will be on the Canterbury Tales. In this video lecture, only this much, 3 periods. So while studying Geoffrey Chaucer, you will keep in your mind the 3 periods and those works which were written during those periods. Thank you very much.